Hello lovelies, welcome back to NudeyNails. My name's Nikki and happy Sunday. This week we're going to go with the tutorial. We're going to do the viral ombre nails, but with a twist considering spooky season's coming up. Now I've heard this design be called so many things online, but we're just going to go with the viral ombre French tip design. You've probably seen me on TikTok do this in many different ways. Bright colours, fall colours, even a quick little 15-second how-to. But that didn't really cover it all, like just kind of show my process, not actually show you how to do it. So we're going to get into it today. So to start, I've chosen the two colours that I'm going to blend together. Now because this was originally supposed to be a spooky season design, I've gone with black and red. These are very pigmented colours and quite hard to blend together, but this was the design that I saw in my head. Little disclaimer, I would wear these nails anyway, not just spooky season, so do whatever colours you want to do. So the first step that I do, because I'm doing these on press-ons and they're clear, is I like to go with one full coat of my lightest colour. That way there's a base coat for the blend to sort of sit on top of. Obviously if you're starting with an acrylic base and it's nude, you probably don't need to do this, but it's what I prefer to do. My next step is to add both my colours onto the nail. So this is obviously my second coat of red, which I'm just adding thinly, vertically on one side of the nail, and then I'm going to go in with my black on the opposite side of that nail. Now don't worry too much if your black touches your red, or whatever colour you use. Just remember to wipe your brush before putting it back in the bottle so you don't contaminate the colour. Also don't worry too much about it being a perfectly straight line. You're going to be blending these two colours together anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Now it's time to blend. So I've got a 𝗦𝗶𝗶 application gel brush, which is round, and I've just dabbed it in the correct colours on each side of the brush, and I'm just going to do long strokes up and down that vertical line, slightly side to side, just to mix those two colours together until I have a nice blend that I'm happy with. Now don't worry too much if you don't have this exact brush. You can use any round gel brush, an ombre brush, or even the brush that just comes with your gel colour. So I like to do it that way as well. So I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to do a thin amount of each gel again for the second coat just to get those vibrant colours, and then I'm going to wipe the excess off my gel brush and just go back and forth between the two just until they blend a little in the middle. Make sure to clean your brush between going back into your bottle, and look how seamless that blend is. So it works both ways. Now for the fun part. So I'm just going to freehand my French tip. Again, it doesn't matter if this is perfect. You're just going to do opposing colours on each side, but you can neaten it up at the end, so don't worry if you haven't got that deep smooth curve just yet. So I've done my black on my red side and my red on my black side. That's a tongue twister. Now you can go in with the brush again, just vertical, back and forth. And then you also want to try and sort of match up the blend, so how far your blend goes on one side, you want it to match on the other. And once you're happy with it, I've just dipped my brush in a tiny bit of acetone and I'm just cleaning up that line so you've got a nice sharp French tip. Now I had to take it one step further, didn't I? So I figured if I can do it in a French tip, surely I can do it in a flame. So now the same concept as the French tip, I'm going to do half of a flame in red on the black side and then the other half in black, which you'll see. So I'm just freehanding this. I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit frustrating and I did do a few touch-ups, but the outcome was so worth it. Here I'm using the 𝗏𝗏 long brush. I do have a lot of gel art brushes. This isn't usually the one that I'd go for straight away, but this worked a treat here. So I'm just going to fill in my shape. Now because of the shape of the flame, I can't really go in with my applicator brush, not without ruining the shape. So I'm just going to stripe up and down constantly with my 𝗏𝗏 just to get a nice mix. Now I do go over the lines a few times, but it's okay because I'm just going to go in and clean up. But I'll just keep going until the blend matches the base colour. When I tell you I was so happy with how these turned out. again, brush dipped in a tiny bit of acetone. The shape of this brush is amazing for cleanup. I think we're just going to taper in those edges because that's got a bit wide. Same on the other side. And just look at that coming together. I love it. Now remember to cure between each layer and each application. You don't have to, but I went in for a second layer on both, again, just to increase the vibrancy. Obviously the red is over black, so it might seem a bit darker just with one layer. Depends on what colour you're using, to be honest. I found with my brown and beige set, I didn't really have to do too many layers. But I just kept playing about with this design until I was happy with it. Now I have seen some artists where they just apply the colour halfway up the nail and then carve in the French tip. That also works. You don't have to paint the French tip on straight away. Do whatever you're comfortable with. Have a play around with it. There's no right or wrong way. This is just a technique that I found works for me. You might do it a different way. And that's absolutely fine. I feel like there's a stigma in the nail industry that we've all got to do things exactly the same way, but one technique for one person might not work for the other. So long as the outcome looks right and looks pretty and you're happy with it and your client's happy with it, who cares? As you can see from the video, I couldn't exactly decide on a finish. So some nails are matte, which look incredible, and some are glossy, which are also incredible. I couldn't decide. But one thing I did know is that we needed a little bit of bling. So using some 𝗏𝗏𝗃 red crystals, I'm just going to add a little bit of bling to my ring finger. Now, I just apply crystals. I know you can use crystal glue, hard gel. Again, there's so many techniques for this, but I just use instant nail glue for each crystal one by one, and then I seal around them in my top coat. And I've never had any issues, but again, whatever works for you. So I finished up the pinky finger just while the glue was drying. Never use your top coat straight away, otherwise your glue and top coat will just mix together and make a gloopy mess. So I've just applied my top coat, gently pushing to the edges of the crystals, never go over your crystals, just to seal them in. And there we have it, my viral ombre nails with a twist. To say that I'm obsessed with this design would be a complete understatement. Have you tried this trending design yet? Let me know how you got on in the comments. And if you do try it after seeing the tutorial, don't forget to tag me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!